Jesus had brothers, so Mary had other children. This is a comment that every Catholic has had at some point, so I'm going to break this down, tell you who they are, why this isn't true, and why they cannot be the children of Mother Mary. First, let's look at the language. The word used for brother is adelphos. Now this can be a colloquial term used for extended family, such as cousins and in-laws. So where do we first hear about this? Well, Mark 6, verse 3. Is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary and brother of James and Joseph and Judas and Simon, sometimes pronounced Simeon? And are not his sisters here with us? Now, a surface level glance, you can probably understand why people come to the quick conclusion that they do. But their names are mentioned again. There were also women looking on from a distance, among whom were Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James and Joseph. Why did they not say Jesus' mother or the mother of Jesus like they do for the rest of the Gospels? It's because it isn't. The clarity of this becomes very apparent in John's Gospel. Standing by the cross of Jesus was his mother and his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. So there's three Marys at the cross. Mary's sister, wife of Clopas. Who is Clopas, I hear you ask? Well, Clopas is the brother of Joseph. We know this because of the early Christian writings of Eusebius. And we know James and Simeon went on to be the first and second Bishop of Jerusalem, and therefore are indeed his cousins. Let us notice, as we continue to read, something that would make no sense if Jesus had actual brothers. When Jesus saw his mother and the disciple who he loved standing nearby, he said to his mother, "Woman, behold your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold your mother." And from that hour the disciple took her to his own home. Now the fourth commandment states to honour thy mother and father. And in early Jewish culture, that meant looking after them when they're elderly or widowed. Are you telling me that James and Joseph and Simeon and Judas, the supposed sons of Mary, all completely dishonoured her and then went on to become bishops? They would be outcast, or perhaps worse. Now, these brothers of Jesus, by the way, this was not a point of contention for early Christians whatsoever. They understood all this very, very well. And even the Reformationists were on board with this doctrine, like Luther and Calvin and Zwingli. They had no quarrels. There was one man in the 4th century called Helvidius who decided to put out a pamphlet, and it was against the perpetual virginity of Mary. He was very much alone on this thought, and St. Jerome responded to him, because St. Jerome, you see, lived in Bethlehem. He knew Jewish culture very well, and he also translated like the Latin Vulgate and stuff. He called him an insufferable bore, and the idea was pretty much laughed at. Now there's many other questions that people have regarding Mary's perpetual virginity. I just wanted to clear that question up. Who are these brothers? For anything else, I'll do a whole nother video. Thanks for listening. God bless.